Rock star or ritual player, Ozzy Osbourne's story is soaked in symbolism, fame, addiction, handlers, and hidden hands. In this deep dive, we're tracing the coded path of the Prince of Darkness and what might still be pulling the strings. I admit it, I like Ozzy Osbourne. I've always been conflicted, though. I'll say that. My opinion. Because if you listen to him and the family, it's very much like they don't know who the Eyes Wide Shut crowd is. They're not doing any type of those El Diablo rituals. All of this is just his stage presence. It's just an act. It's just a character he's playing. And he's just a regular old grandpa at this point. Don't be silly. He didn't mean to bite the head off of the bat. That was just someone threw something up. He bit it, didn't know. Maybe that's all true. I don't know. But I also think that we've done enough of these readings to know that you don't get to the top of any field without being in some way, shape, or form connected or in some type of agreement with Eyes Wide Shut. That's just who's pulling the strings here. So I want to take a little deep dive into Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Of course, it's all alleged for entertainment purposes only, not facts, psychic downloads, and snarky opinions. If you're a big fan of Ozzy Osbourne and I say something that offends you, that could happen. So you probably should not watch this video. All right, so what deeper agenda brought Ozzy to this lifetime? What was his, sole purpose? What was he coming here to do when little Ozzy Osbourne was born and brought into the world? Let us see. All right, he was working on things. Okay, there's the Moon card, Hermit card. Oh, good Lord. Nine of Cups. Oh, we might need to move it on up. Got the Chariot. Very much rock and roll star vibes. Okay. You know how we've heard the origin stories of a lot of celebrities, and we've done a few readings on some of them, like the Judds, and it's complete and utter BS, the stories that they're telling people. Yeah, I'm kind of already getting there. I'm getting that vibe already. I'm already getting this vibe that whatever he said where, oh yeah, I was born into this poor family and I just struggled and wanted to make a way for myself. Oh no, God, no. Okay. I'm not buying it. Just saying. I might have to zoom out because this is a little too tight up in here. Let's zoom it out. All right. Move it on up a little bit more. Because what do we have in the center of this? This is somebody. Why are they brought here? Well, Three of Pentacles. This is working with somebody else. This is working together with others. This is not like I'm come and I'm fulfilling my mission of being a star to the world. This is like I'm brought into this world. I don't know, that'd have to probably be another reading, but I'm brought into this world because I'm going to be used for other purposes. Within Eyes Wide Shut network. There's some idea here as well. Being a part of some type of traffic movement, my opinion, moving around of niños and niñas. This is there's something here. Whether he was aware of this when he's coming to the world, I don't know. There's this idea that I'm coming in the world and I have this very important work to do. However, this is more about I'm going to get closer to what my true purpose is, right? For him, he's I'm coming in. What is my true purpose in the world? And I need to know, the secrets of the universe, right? I need to know about God and El Diablo and all of the things, right? And I need to get this satisfaction as I'm moving forward. But I also am going to be a big name. I want to make a splash on the scene. Okay. We also have this, I have this desire when I'm coming into the world that I'm a part of a big family. But this 10 of Cups is always like a fake bullshit illusion family, right? The Pinterest, the Instagram family, you know, and then you find out later there's all these terrible secrets, same idea. I have this desire to come into some big happy family, eyes wide shut, and we're going to do the work, but they're all going to help me. But see, the problem is they're going to help him to reach this whole live fast, rock star type thing. But you don't just move on up and without paying the piper. All right, so then we have this occult knowledge I'm looking to get. And once I get into this group, I find out that, you know, I don't really have as much power as I think, but I'm still on the passion project of I want to be a big star, and I also want to know all the secrets to life, which in a way fits totally into, getting born into essentially eyes wide shut. Okay, so I think there's something here where there's an agreement made between his parents to get him into the group, okay? Whatever that transaction looked like. There's a transaction. And I don't think that he found out about this until much later, obviously. It's not like they're going to tell him when he's like 5. Here you go, little kid. This is what's up. Bye. All right, so in a way, though, what he was looking to do, his parents, in a way, then facilitate that. Okay. Let's see what's up with let's use the Trisha James Stardust shadows. What's in the family dynamics that's making for this to happen? Like, what's up with that? Family dynamics that says, like, sure, take our kid. Because, you know, some people are just like, here, you can have my kid for $20. And some people are, you see the story, the lady's like, yeah, you can have my kid because I want a pet monkey. Like, what? These people are just like, I didn't see anything. What? Nope. Mm-mm. But they knew. Look. Not involved. It's hard to read this. It says did not see. Then we have more to it behind the scenes. Enterprise. It's a business for them. Bound, tied into it. So this is a family, a long-standing family with an eyes wide shut. Not up at the top levels, but a part of the organization. Lifetime, long term. Okay, so these people are just like, this is all their whole thing, like in one way, shape, or form. So here, take the kid. Here, do this. Here, me. Okay. So then Ozzy's origin story is a total cover. Let's see if there's more to what his family's relationship is with eyes wide shut. Can we learn more? You know what? I'm going to do it this way. There's a tarot side and an oracle side. Sometimes I don't shuffle them right, but we'll go with it. So what's the deeper knowledge that we can know about the Ozzy family? Their work with eyes wide shut. Ten of Swords. Down and out in Beverly Hills, although they were not from Beverly Hills, but let's make a deal with the devil because all the other options aren't really panning out in the way that we would like it to. There's a high priestess, but this is like one of those people in that family has always been a part of Eyes Wide Shut. Like, this is generational. So I don't know which one it is, mommy, daddy, whoever. Someone's already been a part of this. This has been a lineage thing. And then we have the sun. It's like it's always an option. We can always do this. We can always do that. And then here's the Queen of Swords. Mom's like, yeah, we're going to sell them. Or give them away. Whatever. However they do it. Oh, but there's some regret here. Some regret over giving him away. I wonder why. Okay, so interesting thing here. Excuse my tum-tum if you hear it grumbling. And this may have happened before, so I don't know. There might have been other children who are a part of this family line that are given away. My opinion, allegedly. And done anytime this family needs money. Okay? Because we got the Eight of Wands. Yeah. And the knowledge that, like, this one's a keeper. Like, this one's a high value one. Ozzy Osbourne's a high value kid we popped out. You're going to want this one. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. There we go. We made our deal. This was not done under duress. Nope. Okay. We have a legal agreement. Mommy made the legal agreement. This is the Justice card. There, look, that regret and the Nine of Swords of, like, I messed up. Why? How did you mess up? This is your business, your family lineage, heritage business. But why is there regret? Because you should have held on to him? Because you're not getting a portion of the payouts? Not getting the portion of the payouts further down the line, the residuals. I don't know how long his parents were around or whatever, but at some point I think they realized that whoever they sold him off to, they got a hell of a deal. They got a hell of a deal. Okay. Wow. Wonderful people. Okay. So let's look into how much of Ozzy's personality is madness and El Diablo inspired. How much of this is just, is it all marketing and all bullshit and he's just a real normal guy behind the scenes? Like, maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. So what's the secret truth buried under his eyeliner, his theatrics? Like, who is Ozzy Osbourne, really? All right. Likes living life in the fast laner. Probably used to. Not so much anymore. Very much likes the fancy pants lifestyle. Very much likes the fancy pants lifestyle. That's interesting. There's all those rumors, you know, how Sharon just keeps pushing him out on tour, even though he's, like, exhausted and probably wants to retire. But, you know, he has his Two of Cups here with Sharon. Him and Sharon are partners, or who knows, we'll have to look. But there is, like, it's not just Sharon likes this, loves the bougie lifestyle. Okay. Page of Cups, Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, Two of Coins. Ugh. Okay, I kind of feel sorry for Ozzy. Ever since he was handed off, this has not been of his own doing. He's puppeted to do all of these things that he needs to be doing. Go out and perform. Go out and perform. There's the Magician, trying to be brave in the face of it all. Not really wanting to do this. Sharon has to be a handler, my opinion. Here's the interesting thing, too. I'm going to think then there's also this idea that he had gone through some type of brainwashing, mind control, something or else. This is not a person who's like, I love the devil. Okay, so that part's true. I don't love the devil. Not me, Ozzy. Okay, so he does not. However, he's portraying this part. He doesn't have a choice. He's been contracted in, not his own contract, but already given in to it, to the cult, to the Eyes Wide Shut. And this is just what he has to do. And he tries to be like putting on his whole like, I can handle it. This is not a problem. But he does not want, this is Four of Cups. He doesn't want to be a part of this. Like his internal soul thing is like, yeah, maybe I wanted to learn about the secrets of life and all of that kind of stuff, but I didn't want this. I didn't want to go directly onto El Diablo's team. Okay. So let's look into then. At some point, I have to wonder. I'm going to use my other deck. I have to wonder at some point when you're brought into this as a minor and you're sold, given to whatever, Eyes Wide Shut, and then you're performing, you become an adult. I assume he was an adult when the contract was made, but it looks like he was already given to the group ahead of time. What happens at that adult when you turn 18 and your agreement with Eyes Wide Shut? What does that look like? Do you want to pass go? Do you want to collect $200? Okay, so the contract is renegotiated. So he's already brought into it. And then, do you want to continue? Do you want to... Okay. Okay. Here's coming attractions. Do you want that? Yes. Okay. This is what you do. All right. Let's see. Has there been any secret agendas that they've been using Ozzy to promote? I assume Eyes Wide Shut, Love and El Diablo must be one, but let's see what else. Okay, yes, secret. Esoteric or... Yes. I don't know why Aleister Crowley comes to mind, but let's just go take those vibes and take them with you, because that feels like what they have been doing in some form, fashion, with the actual music, frequency, sounds, la la la, in the music. There's like, I'm getting like the, you know how the whole thing was like, play the music backward and you're listening to the devil. I don't know if they ever had that with his music, but I don't know if you need to play it backwards. There's something embedded within the music itself about that, to get it so that when you are listening to his music, you are, I guess by passive permission, by listening to the music, in joining in a ritual to celebrate El Diablo. Great. So with him, through his music, it was like a covert operation. I know there's going to be people like, that's a bunch of bullshit. Believe what you want to believe. But there is this El Diablo ritual effect that's coming through in some of his music, that when you're listening to it, you might think you're just singing along to one of his songs. But in fact, you are actually worshiping El Diablo and giving him some type of praise. We'll just say it like that. Okay. As with a lot of this stuff, like there's a lot of music out there, not just his. And I like listening to it. You probably like listening to it. And my opinion is you don't have to stop listening to it. You could listen to it and then kind of cleanse yourself, sage yourself, do a selenite, energy brushing, clearing, do something. You know, that might be a good idea. So you don't have to stop listening to it. I know it's kind of like I know you're a smoker, but if you want to take a puff occasionally, go ahead, but don't do it all the time. I know it sounds like not good, but just saying. Let's look into his, let's bring this deck back out because I'm curious. Let's look into his relationship with Sharon. What is it all about? I think the story goes, her dad had a record company or something, and Ozzy was a part of it, and there's a falling out, and then somehow Sharon takes it over or takes over Ozzy's career, becomes his manager. I don't know. Something about that story. But let's see what Sharon's portion of the Ozzy success story is. All right, not all of it is true. It's a movie for the camera. Oh, no. Exclusive, secret, select invite. Altruism, good intentions. We're going to have to get all these cards out because there's like dueling things. Look, exclusive, select invite, selected, handpicked. She's handpicked, handler, my opinion. Okay, complicit, puppet master, pulling the strings, advisor. I mean, let's keep going because I'm just seeing some cleaned up, goes quiet or hidden, acquisition to obtain or gain, season, learn from this, covert, cover up, implicated, dragged into it. I'm not seeing any type of like true love. This, like, who knows what's formed over the year with connections with Eyes Wide Shut. However, I'm not seeing that there's a whole thing here of there's true love, that they fell in love, that she was looking out for him, she wants to protect him. I think that's part of the origin story of like how these two come together. She was given him. She was handpicked, whether that's by her dad, someone else in Eyes Wide Shut. She's picked to, this is your project. Ozzy Osbourne is Sharon Osbourne's project. This is your thing. We're going to pretend that you guys are just fall in love and right? They're bound together in Eyes Wide Shut. She apparently must be from another one of those bloodline families, and so they were paired together, much like those relationships in Hollywood that all the dummies seem to think are like true love. She's a part of this whole thing in managing him, and through this work, I don't know, I don't follow much of what Sharon Osbourne manages, but it looks like at some point she became very adept at this, because we have the season, learn from this. She becomes very adept at this to be able to manage other acts. And her whole thing is just to kind of be this manager growing an empire. Ozzy was the main customer, and she's there to handle him and keep him in line from all the aspects. So whether he's doing things he shouldn't be doing, or banging things he shouldn't be banging, or whatever, she's in charge of making sure. So it's not a love story. Not a love story. Okay. So the Osbourne family, I'll say, like, if you've listened to their show on YouTube or whatever, and they're like, there's no such thing as the Illuminati, at least Jack Osbourne will say that, and the kids are like, no, there's no such thing, and they're all played dumb, like, I don't know what they're talking about, there's no Illuminati, whatever. I don't buy it. Anyhow, what's the true story about these proclamations and denials of the Eyes Wide Shut? Are the kids really, like, not knowing that? I find that hard to believe. I'm just saying. Okay, that's just the bullshit story. That's King of Wands. That's just the bullshit story that they're putting out there for dummies to buy. Yeah. They know because they're going through the same fucking thing. So it didn't just end with Ozzy and Sharon. They the same thing. Come on in, Eyes Wide Shut. They each had careers. Kelly Osbourne for a short period of time was a singer. Now she's some type of fashionista, something or other. And Jack, he was doing paranormal shows and other types of entertainment shows, right? And so, same idea. Now, they don't seem to be as successful, probably because they don't have that talent that their father has. Yet, they're trapped in the family. So, They fucking know what Eyes Wide Shut is. They know they're a part of it. They are just claiming no because they're in partnership here. Like, yeah, it does look like our dad's really into some dark stuff and all that, but that's not the truth. No. Okay. For them, my opinion, this is for them to give a nod, let the Eyes Wide Shut know, we're still in it. We'll deny you. We're still in it. Okay, because we're still looking to see how we can move it on up once Dad's kicking it with pill bugs. All right. So Ozzy's kind of aging now. And he seems to be he's looking a little worn out. What, if any, role is he still playing in Eyes Wide Shut? Although it doesn't look like he wanted to, but I don't think he's really an independent agent. But what role, what agenda, what thing is he still doing in these twilight years of his career? I don't know if Sharon tried to send him back out recently, but... Oh, 5 of Swords. Let's continue on before I tell you what I'm seeing here. Yeah, damn. Well, fucking 8 of Cups kind of spilt the beans there. There's this idea that they're trying to break away from this shit. Gosh, I don't know. Can you break away this late in the game? Wanting to start over. Wow. Yeah, dude. He wants to break away from this shit. Almost 2, there's this idea, I don't know, he's had some type of a epiphany about the whole group. And there's this idea, I'm the star of the show, right? And I want out because look at my record. Look at not my record, like, look at my career. Look at all the money I've made. Look at all the songs we have in the catalog that you've stored in the mountain and you'll be making lots of money on for the rest of my life. I want free. I want to stop this. I want to walk away. Get out of this. He wants to be done with it. But then I have to see what's Sharon thinking about now. If it looks like Ozzy wants to get the hell out of it before he's kicking it with pill bugs. Is Sharon looking to get the hell out of it? She's probably like,
no, Ozzy, I'd like to stay in it. I gotta get my Ozempic shots. I'm looking very ghoulish today.
All right. No. She's high-ranking King of Swords. Nope. She's got to keep him in there. She has to keep him in there. That is her job as a handler. Can't let him go. Can't let him escape. Can't let that happen at all. Oh, shit. Would she bump him off? Allegedly. She might bump him off. Oh, gosh. This is still her ongoing project of handling him. Manipulation, emotional manipulation, working on him, massaging him, trying to keep him from leaving. It's like, the car salesman who doesn't want you to walk out of the showroom. That's what Sharon's working on. She's going to play all the games. She's going to use all the tricks that she's gained all these years to keep him in. She doesn't want him to hit the road. That Tower card concerns me. Like, are they actually going to try and bump him off? Do I want to know? I'm just going to, I have to look into it. I have to know. Are they going to try to bump Ozzy off? This is a Major Arcana deck. Are they going to try and bump Ozzy off at some point? He maybe at this point can't tour anymore. We'll just use CGI and make Ozzy tour all over the world like Elvis with his band. Okay. There she is. I love making money. Money, money, money. He's the star of the show. Got to keep him out there in front of the fans. Got to keep him out there. Yeah, God. I'm wondering if they have made a, CGI AI version, digitized his voice so they can use it for future products and promotions, right? You know, like Ozzy's narrating some, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto edition. I don't know. I'm just saying. This is the chariot. Yeah, to keep the brand moving, make it profitable, keep it going, keep the money coming in. Yeah, because we have our affiliation, we have to pay the piper, El Diablo. Of course you do. All right. I think they are thinking about bumping him off. Oh, they're going to bring their own Judgment Day to him. It'll be like big news in front of the world. And she's going to play the heartbroken widow. Oh my God. And who's going to judge it, right? They could say, oh, he's going to pass away and it was natural causes because he was a certain age. He did all these things, these substances and whatnot when he was younger. So, of course, his body couldn't handle it anymore. He's got the Parkinson's or whatever he's got. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. He's got all these things wrong with him. So when he's gone, it's just going to be like, it's natural causes. We're sad. Meh. But we're not. It's like, we had to put him out to pasture. Had to put him out to pasture. Oh, dear Lord. Last. Let's see. I'm curious. Remember when there was a whole thing of Ozzy had that affair with a hairdresser or something? I don't remember if it was a hairdresser specifically, but Ozzy had an affair. And it was like,
oh, Ozzy, how could you do that to me?
And okay, and then it was like, no, she's just taking advantage of him or whatever. I'm just curious. Ozzy in the affair. What was going on? Knight of Wands, there's an affair going on. His wand was being used, as elderly as it was. Okay, so whoever this person is he's having the affair with, she was somewhere soft for him to fall in a way where he can relive the stories of his past, be listened to air his grievances, his heartbreak, his all of that stuff. To explain to her the pressures that he's experienced during his life, the pain, all of his litany list of things of shit that he's gone through. And in regards, also kind of like bitching about Sharon. All right, just like puppet master. Okay. And the idea of like, none of these people would be anywhere without me because I'm the star of the show here, right? And so I'm trying to like unburden myself by talking to this affair lady so that I can like, I know I have no choice, but I'm trying to find a way to be okay with getting up every day and having to be this character, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, I don't like this. I wish I was not a part of this. This whole thing is terrible. And so there was him and this lady, this affair person. He loved her. It was like his place to just go hang out, talk to her, get some relief away from Sharon and all of the drama of being Ozzy Osbourne. Bummer. All right. Well, that's what I got for you on our deep dive into Ozzy Osbourne. And until next time, adios.